Hey there, MoCo house hunters. Welcome back to part 2 of the ultimate guide to buying your first home in Montgomery County, Maryland. If you haven't already, make sure you go back and check out part 1 of this video and then come back to this one with the rest of the tips I have lined up for you. So in the last video, we talked about the first 5 things you need to know when purchasing a home. Here's the next 6 tips to this ultimate guide to home buying. Plus, make sure you stay till the very end for an extra 3 tips. So let's continue. Tip number 6, know your needs versus your wants. Make a list of essential features, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and the location, for example, and differentiate them from nice to have features, like a pool or a finished basement. Let's break down the needs versus wants concept with real-life examples. A need could be that you must be within a 15-minute commute to your downtown Bethesda workplace. This eliminates enticing but far-flung areas like Clarksburg, for example. A want may be you crave a single-family home with a fabulous, spacious backyard. But in Bethesda, this might push you beyond your budget or limit your square footage. What's a possible solution? Consider a townhouse in Bethesda. It fulfills your commute needs while offering more space than a condo without necessarily including a yard, which again might be a want. By prioritizing your needs, you'll be a more focused buyer in Montgomery County's competitive market. This will help you find a place that truly fits your lifestyle without getting caught up in the bidding wars over features you might not even use that much. Number 7, home inspection. This seems like a very obvious tip, but everyone should get a home inspection even if you're a veteran at buying and selling. You want to be able to identify any potential issues with the property before closing. This could save you money in repairs down the line. But home inspections, especially as a first-time home buyer, is something that definitely can make you nervous. Do know that if you set a home inspection contingency in the contract, you have a right to back out of that contract. Those contingencies are there to protect the buyer. I typically like to use both options available on the G-Car sales contract, which is 1, the right to void or cancel, or 2, the right to negotiate. For example, in an as-is purchase, you just use the right to void or cancel option if for some reason you don't want to continue on with the contract. Okay, so let's talk about some deal breakers with a home inspection. A deal breaker may be a roof ready to retire. Let's say the inspector finds the home you are purchasing has a weathered roof nearing the end of its lifespan. Replacing a roof on a large house can be a significant expense. This could be a deal breaker, especially in a competitive market. The sellers might offer a credit towards repairs, but extensive roof work could significantly impact your budget. In Maryland, the cost of a roof runs anywhere between $15,000 to north of $45,000, depending on the size of the home. So this could be a problem. Other deal breakers may be a furnace or an AC unit that's broken or it's not working properly, or a very old and outdated electrical panel. You may have to do a heavy up. Now, if you're an electrician, this might not be a deal breaker, since you can go ahead and fix it yourself. But if you're not an electrician, this can get quite expensive. A minor hiccup is something like a leaky faucet. Let's say the inspector finds a leaky faucet in the primary bathroom. This is a minor issue easily fixed by a plumber. It shouldn't affect your decision to go ahead and buy the house, but it is a good bargaining chip for repairs before closing on the home. Other minor issues in resale homes are a couple of electrical outlets that may not be working, or rooms with paint colors that you don't particularly like. These should not be deal breakers, as these are smaller items that can easily be fixed at a relatively low cost. I would even say that an ugly carpet that you don't like may not be a deal breaker. I would consider these more of the cost associated with making a house a home for you. Home inspections brings us to our next point, radon inspection. Montgomery County, Maryland stands out in the nation by requiring radon testing before the sale of a home. This might seem surprising, but it's due to the county's specific geology and potential health risks. Radon testing is required for single-family homes and townhomes. They are not required for condominium properties. Here's what you need to know. What is radon? It's a colorless, odorless gas that arises from the natural breakdown of uranium in soil and rock. It can seep into homes through cracks in the foundation and become trapped indoors. While radon exposure at low levels might not cause immediate health problems, long-term exposure can be a problem. Why is radon testing in Montgomery County mandatory? The geology of Montgomery County creates conditions where radon gas can accumulate in homes at higher levels than the national average. While other counties might have higher radon potential, Montgomery County takes a proactive approach to residents' health by requiring testing. Keep in mind that the results have to be shared with the title company, even when the property passes the radon test. What can you expect with the radon test? For the testing, a qualified radon measurement professional will place the test kit in the home for a specific period of time. Most home inspectors will also be qualified to do this, or they will sub out the radon testing to another company. The test unit stays in place for about 2 days. The results. The test results will indicate the radon level in the home. The EPA recommends mitigation if the level is 4 picocuries per liter or higher. If the levels are less than that, no mitigation is required and everything proceeds as normal. What happens if you have to mitigate? Radon mitigation involves installing a system that vents radon gas from under the home and safely releases it outdoors. The cost of radon mitigation can vary depending on the size and layout of the home, but typically ranges from $1,500 to up to $4,000. Who pays for it? Negotiation between buyer and seller determines who pays for mitigation if necessary, but for the most part, the seller takes care of that or is asked to take care of it. The seller can give the buyer a credit towards mitigation as well, as stipulated in the Jeep car sales contract. So if the property failed the radon test with higher levels and it's been mitigated, a test is done again to show that the levels are now compliant at less than 4.0 picocuries. Here's a radon tip bonus. You may come across a property that already has a radon mitigation system in place. Even with a current radon system in place, you still have to test for radon, and we also want to make sure that the system is working properly. Typically, if there's a working remediation system in place, when tested, radon levels are significantly lower than without the system, so it does work. In the case that the system is not working, then you definitely want to ask the seller to repair the system as part of the home inspection negotiations. According to the MoCo website, they suggest that all homes be tested for radon even when not required. It's just safe practice. I'll leave a link in the description for more information on this topic of radon. Number 9, cost of living. While Montgomery County boasts a fantastic lifestyle, it's important to understand the cost of living goes beyond the monthly mortgage payment. Let's break down some additional expenses you should consider. Everyday essentials, like groceries. Groceries can also cost a bit more in Montgomery County. While there are budget-friendly options, plan for fresh produce and specialty items to come at a premium. Transportation. Gas prices here are generally around the national average. However, consider commuting costs if you rely on public transportation or tolls. Many Montgomery County residents also own at least one car due to the spread out nature of some of the neighborhoods. Other lifestyle factors to consider. Dining out. Montgomery County is a foodie haven and one of the most diverse in the immediate DC area. Factor in the cost of enjoying the diverse restaurant scene, whether it's casual brunches or upscale dinners. Entertainment. From museums and theaters to sporting events and concerts, Montgomery County offers a vibrant entertainment scene. Budget for these activities based on your interests. Taxes. Property taxes are a significant expense in Montgomery County. Research tax rates for the specific areas you're considering. While the cost of living is higher, remember, Montgomery County offers excellent public schools, a strong job market, and a wealth of amenities. Carefully consider your lifestyle priorities and how much you're willing to spend in each one of these categories. This will help you create a realistic budget for your new home in Montgomery County. Number 10, commute. Traffic congestion is a reality in Montgomery County, Maryland. But by factoring commute times and exploring transportation options, you can find a home that fits your lifestyle. Here's what you need to know. The traffic trouble spots. Major highways like I-270, I-495 the Beltway, and I-95 can get crowded during rush hour, especially near interchanges and exits. Heavy traffic congestion is common in areas like Bethesda due to its high concentration of businesses and residents. And be prepared for extra congestion around schools during drop-off and pickup times. Here are some strategies for dealing with commuting in Montgomery County. Explore transportation options. Montgomery County offers a robust public transportation system called Radon, with buses traveling throughout the county. Certain areas are also served by Metro, the Washington, D.C. subway system. Look for homes in areas close to your workplace, schools, and frequently visited locations. This can significantly reduce your commute time and dependence on heavily congested routes. Montgomery County commute bonus tip. Think outside the car. Montgomery County is becoming increasingly bike-friendly with dedicated bike lanes and trails. If your commute is short enough, consider cycling as a healthy and traffic-busting alternative. By planning ahead and considering your commute, you can find a Montgomery County home that offers a great balance between location, convenience, and reducing your daily dose of traffic stress. Number 11, school system. Montgomery County Public Schools is a major draw for families. It's consistently ranked high in the nation, boasting excellent academic programs and diverse offerings. But it's up to you as a buyer to do your research on these schools. Here's how this can impact your home buying journey. Impact on property values. Homes located within boundaries of high-performing schools typically hold their value well and may even appreciate faster than homes in other areas. That means you may have to pay more for your home. School system spotlight. Do your research. Certain schools within MCPS have specific strengths in STEM programs, arts, or special needs education. This too can influence home prices depending on your priorities. Other than public schools, Montgomery County has a vast number of private schools as well. So as far as options for education, there are plenty. Number 12, HOA fees and restrictions. If considering a home or townhome, be aware of potential homeowners association fees. Some properties in MoCo have both HOA and rec fees if they have a pool or a recreational center. Understand the fees associated with your desired property type. One huge tip. If you are a contractor and have a company car or van, know that some HOAs don't allow for commercial vehicles to be parked inside of the community. A big clue can be the vans parked outside of the main road. Some HOAs can also be very strict with rules, from what color to paint the door and siding to other details. You have a certain number of days to look over the HOA documents once under contract, but I would say don't wait until then. Can your real estate agent ask the listing agent about specific rules that you're thinking about? In my experience, my sellers have been more than happy to make those answers available to potential buyers even before they put an offer on the property. And here are my 3 bonus tips for buying a home in MoCo. Number 1, most contracts fall through not because of a home inspection or a leaky faucet. It's because of financing. Your lender is crucial. My first bonus tip for you today is to make sure you have a rock star lender working for you. I cannot emphasize the importance of this enough. Is your lender going to be available after hours to answer questions on the weekend, when, as you can imagine, most offers are written up and contracts are being sent out? Is your lender going to call you with updates as he needs documents from you to keep your file moving all the way up to the closing day? Is your lender going to be able to close in 30 days or less? What good is it to have a lender that approves you for a loan for a point lower when he can't close on your loan and he can't get you to settlement? It's pointless. Bonus tip number 2. Do your own research when looking into neighborhoods you're interested in. As realtors, we cannot directly tell you what is a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood, or if this school or that school is a good school or a bad one. We can get slapped with huge fines and even lose our license, as this is called steering. My suggestion is that you yourself do your own research on the communities that you're considering buying in. My tolerance for anything that goes on in my neighborhood may be vastly different than yours. There's websites out there and other resources for you to be able to make an informed decision. I'll put some of those links down in the description. Bonus tip 3, consider long-term needs. Think about future plans like starting a family or a job change when choosing a location and home size. Are you thinking about starting a family in 2 years? Then buying a 1-bedroom, 1-bath home may not be so ideal. Or do you see an aging parent moving in with you in a couple of years? Consider the possibilities of extra space or possible renovations to accommodate those needs when you need to. And remember, ask questions. Don't hesitate to seek professional help from your real estate agent, lender, or attorney if you have any questions or concerns throughout the home buying process. Thanks for watching part 2 of the ultimate guide to buying your first home in Montgomery County, Maryland. As always, if you have any questions or concerns about buying or selling in Montgomery County, Maryland, or its surrounding areas, please go ahead and reach out. I'm here to help. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more information. Till the next video.